There's this moment, bro. You're on the couch. She's 10 feet away. And the distance between you feels like miles. You scroll. She scrolls. Neither of you says a word. The silence isn't the comfortable kind. It's heavy, the kind that started 3 weeks ago over nothing and never left. And the thought runs through your head, is she even into me anymore? Did I do something wrong? Or did I just wake up one day next to a stranger? Here's what nobody tells you, man. That feeling isn't proof your relationship is dying. It's proof something is still alive between you and you haven't figured out how to reach it yet. If you didn't care, you wouldn't notice the silence. You'd already be gone. You're not failing at love. You're not picking the wrong person. Every man who has ever loved a woman has stood exactly where you're standing right now. By the end of this video, you'll understand what's actually happening beneath her distance, why she hasn't gone anywhere, and the one shift that changes everything about how she responds to you. Let's get into it. Most couples believe that when a woman pulls back, she's lost interest. That the answer is more space, more romance, more effort. But the real truth is, women don't withdraw because they stopped loving you. They withdraw because something stopped feeling safe. And when safety leaves a relationship, the love doesn't disappear, it goes underground. It waits for permission to return. Her nervous system is reading you before her mind can catch up. When she senses your anxiety, your pressure, you're trying too hard, she doesn't interpret it as love. She interprets it as tension. And tension, to a woman who has spent her whole life learning to protect her emotional depth, feels like the room getting smaller. And here's what changes everything. The moment you stop pursuing her back and start understanding her, her nervous system drops its guard. And the love comes back up. Not because you chased it. Because you created the conditions where it felt safe enough to return. What looks like her losing interest is almost always her nervous system going into protection mode. Most men mistake quiet for indifference. They see her scrolling and read it as rejection. But what they're actually seeing is a woman who has been overwhelmed, carrying more than she's shown, and at this exact moment has nothing left to perform. Attachment science spells it out clearly. When a woman feels emotionally unsafe, her system doesn't shut love off. It shuts vulnerability off. Love runs underneath like groundwater. Vulnerability is the surface, the soft part that costs her every time she offers it. The minute she senses pressure, that layer gets pulled back inside. Picture this. Disconnecting version, you walk in from work. How was your day? Fine. You ask again, more carefully. Same answer. Tighter. You feel the wall go up. You think she doesn't even want you there. Connecting version, same fine. You sit beside her, hand gently on her leg, you look tired. I'm here whenever you want to talk, and I'm fine if you don't. Her exhale changes. Something in her says, he's not pushing. He actually means it. And the walls between you start to come down without either of you saying a word. Here's the part no one talks about. You're measuring every sentence before it leaves your mouth. And it's still not working. Because she's not hearing your words, bro. She's reading your shoulders. Your breathing. The tension in your jaw when you think she's not looking. Most couples live in this trap for years. You think the problem is what you said. She knows the problem is what she felt coming off you before you ever opened your mouth. Your system has been in low-grade threat mode so long that even when you're trying to be calm, you're broadcasting, please come back to me. And that unspoken plea is the exact thing that makes her withdraw further. Not because she doesn't love you. Because something in her recognizes it's not presence, it's panic. And panic doesn't feel like love. It feels like pressure. Becoming emotionally available doesn't start with saying anything differently. It starts with your nervous system regulating before you ever enter the room. That's when she stops feeling like a problem to manage and starts feeling like a person to come home to. The anxious avoidance cycle is real and it's running your relationship right now, man. You want her closer, so you lean in. She feels the lean, so she leans back. You feel that, so you lean in harder. Round and round. Both of you convinced the other doesn't want this anymore. Most couples never understand this isn't incompatibility. It's two nervous systems doing the dance they were trained to do long before either of you met. She learned to protect by withdrawing. You learned to protect by chasing. You're performing the exact choreography that guarantees you'll never reach each other. Pursuit, to a woman who has begun to feel unsafe, registers as a demand. A demand for her to perform a feeling she isn't ready to feel. The harder you demand it, the more she has to step back to find her own ground. Her distance isn't a verdict on you. It's her taking a breath. Imagine this. Disconnecting, she's quiet at dinner. Talk to me. What did I do? Why are you being like this? She folds inward even more. Connecting, she's quiet. I can feel something between us right now. I'm not going to chase it. I'm here. Whenever you're ready. Inside her, something loosens. Her brain registers, he trusts me to come back on my own. And the table changes. The whole room changes. And her interest starts to return, not because you pressured it, but because you gave it room to breathe. This is the one most couples never figure out. Criticism kills connection slowly, and most men don't realize they're doing it. You think you're raising an issue. She hears a verdict on who she is. Most couples operate from certainty. You assume you know why she's upset. You build the whole repair on a guess. And when the guess is wrong, you both walk away more convinced than ever that you can't reach each other. Criticism always feels like rejection to the person receiving it, even when it's delivered calmly. Real curiosity, sitting across from her without a script, signals something completely different. It signals, you are a person I do not fully understand, and I would like to keep learning you. Picture this. Disconnecting, you always make everything so complicated. Why can't you just accept that I was trying to help? Connecting, I can see something happen inside you just now, and I don't fully understand it yet. Can you help me see it? Something in her says, he's not fighting me. He's trying to find me. That's the shift that turns a relationship that feels like a negotiation into one that feels like a refuge. Let's be honest about something. She used to give you this soft look. It came easy once. And now it's gone. So you feel the foundation cracking and try harder. More date nights. More gifts. More babe, what can I do? And in spite of all that, the look doesn't come back. Most couples get stuck right here. They mistake intensity for intimacy. They think effort is connection. They double down on effort, and watch the love drain out of the room in real time. Desire doesn't respond to pursuit. It responds to presence. Her interest isn't gone because you stopped being impressive. It's gone because somewhere along the way you stopped being available. And being available has nothing to do with time. It has to do with whether your nervous system is actually in the room when you're in the room. Imagine this. Disconnecting, phone out during dinner. Physically there. You're not. Connecting, phone in the other room. You look at her. She looks at you. Something small gets said. It lands. Inside her. I forgot how good it feels to be chosen by the person I'm choosing. And when you do that, the walls between you start to come down and they don't come back up the next time life gets hard. Here's a sentence to sit with, bro. You cannot verbally communicate your way out of an emotional signal you're sending non-verbally. Not louder conversations. Not more compromising. Not scheduling a weekly check-in. But two people who actually feel safe enough to be honest with each other for the first time in years. Your nervous system in a conflict is like a smoke detector. It cannot tell the difference between your partner raising her voice and actual danger, so it sounds the alarm regardless. Most couples try to fix emotional disconnection by talking more. Therapy. Conversations. Calendars. Words. Nothing changes. Because the disconnection isn't a vocabulary problem. It's a felt sense problem. A nervous system problem. You can't think your way out of a feeling you haven't yet let your body process. Emotional repair happens in the repair, not in the explanation. The minute you try to explain why you feel what you feel, you move out of the feeling and into the story of the feeling. And the story never lands as deeply as presence does. Picture this. Disconnecting, let me walk you through why I got upset, step by step. Connecting, you pause. Hand on your chest. Something just moved through me. I don't have words yet. Give me a minute. Inside her, he's not performing stability. He's actually being stable. That's what it looks like when someone has learned to love without losing themselves in the process. And this is where it gets really interesting, man. Intimacy isn't built in the big moments. It's built in the 30-second ones. When you choose to look up, ask the small follow-up question, remember the thing she mentioned 3 days ago, reach for her hand in the car without being asked. Most couples underestimate these moments because they look small. The relationship is built from them the way a house is built from individual bricks. Couples keep waiting for the perfect trip, the perfect gesture, the perfect apology. While they wait, the small cracks grow wider. Big moments feel good for a day. Small consistent presence builds something that holds for a decade. Her trust in you isn't graded on the grand things. It's graded on whether you're reliable in the tiny, unsexy, invisible moments when no one is watching. That's where her nervous system decides whether it can rest in your presence or has to keep scanning for danger. Imagine this. Disconnecting, perfect anniversary. She's touched for a day. A week later, the distance is back. Connecting. Tuesday morning, you make her coffee before she asks. You set it down and walk to the kitchen. That night, she reaches for your hand first. Inside her, he's still choosing me in the ordinary. That's how I know he's really mine. And when you do that, your partner stops feeling like a problem to manage and starts feeling like a mystery you genuinely want to keep solving. This isn't a checklist, bro. It's an invitation to show up differently. To become the kind of partner whose nervous system is a place where hers can rest. That changes everything about what's possible between you and the woman you chose. When you internalize this, you stop reacting and start responding. And she will feel the difference before you've even said a word. Her body will know it before her mind does. The soft look will start coming back. The silence between you will slowly start to feel like the old kind again.